Chapter 14. The Apes of Math. I was making great progress. I could finally remember some of the things about being a gentleman. How to be a gentleman. 1. No hitting. 2. No insulting. 3. No making anyone cry even if she is a girl who has only one eye. 4. Apologize if you break rule number 3. 5. Don't duke it back. See rule number 1. 6. Lend a scratching hand to someone with pox. 7. Take care of your things. I could hardly believe it. Suddenly I was closer to being a gentleman, but I was not any closer to having friends. Fortunately, I remember that I had some good advice about that from Calvin. It was right there in my PDK. Calvin's rules for making friends. 1. Say hello. 2. Just say hello. 3. Trade baseball cards. 4. Trade more baseball cards. 5. Just trade baseball cards. The list was useless until I crossed off 1, 2. Now it was perfect. And since the advice had come from Calvin, I was sure that he meant his baseball cards on account of I didn't have any. And because he didn't write his name on his baseball cards, it could only mean one thing. But I asked anyway. Calvin, I said, could I borrow a couple of your best cards? Zzz, zzz, said Calvin. It was late, and he was fast asleep. I should have been asleep too, but I am often up with my flashlight, reading or making lists, because I'm afraid of the dark. It's a great time to talk to Calvin on account of he's always pretty agreeable, not like he is during the day. And it certainly sounded like Calvin said, sure, sure. The next day, I gave the Hank Aaron rookie to Pinky. He said nothing. Then I gave him the Carl Yastrzemski rookie. He said nothing. Then I had nothing else to give. He stuffed the trading cards into his back pocket and walked away. Then slowly, my life began to change. At recess, Pinky kicked the soccer ball past where I was standing. It was fantastic. Then during library time, Pinky grabbed Sam's book, so Sam grabbed it back. Then Pinky took it again, and so Sam kicked him, which made Nia jump on Pinky, and all this happened right in front of me, between the shelves on earthquakes and volcanoes and the shelves on bats and whales. If I had poked my arm, I could have gotten it broken in several places, which is practically an invitation to jump right in, which I would have done if the librarian hadn't leapt first. Then, in math class, we got a worksheet on the cost of Henry David Thoreau's house. How much did Henry's house cost? Boards, $8.03. Used shingles, $4. Lathes, $1.25. 2 second-hand windows, $2.43. 1,000 old bricks, $4. 2 casks of lime, $2.40. Hair, 31 cents. Mantle tree iron, 15 cents. Nails, $3.90. Hinges and screws, 14 cents. Latch, 10 cents. Chalk, 1 cent. Transportation, $1.40. Total, $28.12. Math is okay. I don't have to read anything out loud. No one holds their breath to see if I'm going to take my turn or pass. The first question asked, what material cost Henry the least? That was easy. Next, how many bricks did Henry buy? That was easy too. Psst, hissed Pinky. What's the answer? I was on his radar again. I could hardly believe it. My dad and Calvin were right. Baseball cards really do work. Pinky leaned over and copied my answers onto his paper. Not only was I on Pinky's radar, but all my answers were on his paper too. Then he motioned for Eli to copy his paper. Then Scooter leaned over and copied from Eli. Ahem, said Flea. Flea has only one eye, which is okay, but unfortunately that eye sees everything, which is annoying. Cheaters are losers, she said disapprovingly. Cyclops are losers, Pinky hissed back. Flea gasped. Fauntleroy, said Miss P. That's Pinky's real name, Fauntleroy, but no one ever calls him that except for grown-ups. Would you please come up to the board and answer the first question? Pinky went up and wrote his answer. My answer. That's very good, Fauntleroy, said Miss P. You're getting quicker and better at math. Pinky beamed. Then he sat down. Flea gave him the eye. Then Eli took his turn, and Miss P said, He did a fine job. But when he got back to his seat, he got the eye, too. Next, Scooter got his turn, and Miss P said he was great. Normally, he is not great at math. Numbers are a mystery to him. He got the eye. Then before I knew it, math class was over. In fact, school was over. And I never got my turn. Only the apes of math got turns. It was not fair. I was as mad as a salmon swimming upstream. And so was Flea. Her eye was big and round. It's not really fair you didn't get your turn, said Flea as we were leaving. I nodded. After all, they were your answers, she added, just as we passed Miss P standing in the doorway saying goodbye to everyone. I was really glad that Flea let Miss P know. Then we got on the bus. Hey, buddy, Pinky said when I sat down. Buddy? Was he calling me buddy? You're okay, said Pinky, sitting down next to me. But you gotta get rid of that girlfriend of yours. He laughed, pointing at Flea, who sat down in the seat in front of me. I shrank. I knew that Flea took no nonsense, but Pinky didn't know. He was this close to taking an uppercut from her. Maybe you could play with us sometime, said Pinky. Really? I could hardly wait. The wheels on the bus went round and round, and we bounced up and down. But you'll have to do a few things first, said Pinky. Like what? I asked. I'll let you know, said Pinky. Does everyone have to do them? I asked. Just you, said Pinky. It's a new rule, dude. I swallowed. Oh, okay, I swallowed. Dude.